Hello to all of my friends and those who don't know me, Dr. Javaid. I'm making this video to discuss about this hedge fund manager whom I been talking to, and I will be investing in as well. I made a commitment, and I think it's just a great opportunity to invest with him. He's a very knowledgeable man, and normally we don't get these opportunities during this phase of a fund that he's growing in. So I was able to get that, and I want to share that. I have no conflict of interest. I'm not getting any kickback. This is all purely just wanted to share because I found something good, and I wanted you guys to look into it as well to see if it suits you. Why do I feel this is a rare opportunity? Getting into hedge funds is very difficult to begin with. You need a large amount of money, and I'm not talking about those fund managers at Morgan Stanley or JP Morgan or those stuff. I truly feel that stuff is nonsense. Compared to these are the hedge funds that are independently running their funds, and they operate on different terms and really grow the money fast. And usually their entry levels are high as well to get into them. And there are hundreds of these people, and it's very hard to find who is good because many of them are not. And why do I like Matthew Peterson's fund? In particularly for three reasons. Matthew is a student of Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger concepts. He's a value investor. He follows them strongly. He also friend with Manish Pabrai and Guy Spear, who also have proven their track record, and they follow Charlie and Munger, and they know them as well. So our theme of investment is very similar, which I like, is long-term, finding solid blue chip companies that are producing good earnings and are compounders. The second reason why I like Matthew Peterson's fund, which is very similar to, again, Manish Pabrai and Guy Spear, which is very similar to what Warren Buffett had partnership, primarily because of the fee structure. A lot of funds out there, trust me, I was looking at a lot, and the reason I didn't like it, the entry point was so high that as a physicians, we don't have that kind of money to put in and go. Some of them would require minimum $1 million, $3 million, $30 million, and some would require having $100 million of assets. I mean, it's way beyond a physician's mean, right? So a lot of them gets sort of kind of taken out of the pool. Whatever pool you have left, that most of them get filtered out because their fee structure. Most of their fee structure will be, taking a base of anywhere from 1% to 2%, and then 20 to 25% of performance or commission from the profits, and that's about it. So which means even if the fund is losing, let's say 10% that this year, I still have to pay 2% or 1%, whatever that percentage is, of commission that year. And next year when the fund makes money, I'll still pay my base commission, and from the profit that the fund generated, they'll shave off 20 or 25%. One would say, oh, that's fine. I was not okay with the fact that you're charging me money just because whatever behaviors you're doing, and you're trying to benefit yourself more than protecting my money. And what kind of fee structure can protect your money is what we'll talk about, and why I like this fund. It's 0, some number, let's say 5 and 25. What does that mean? 0, 5, 25, high watermark. 0 mean there'll be no baseline fees at all, whether the fund goes up, down, whatever happens, they're not charging you management fee at all. What is 5%? This is where you will get that first 5% of profit. So let's say if this year the profit was made 4%, guess what? The fund manager is not getting any commission. Whereas in the first one, whatever they made, they got the commission from that, even if it was 1%. Here, first 5% is yours. That kind of guarantees you that this fund manager has your interest before theirs. And that's a key thing here. This will ensure that you are being looked at first and not their yacht or their $1 million mansion. And the third part is 20 or 25%, which is performance fee, which is commission, which means whatever money they made, you get your 5%, and then next 25% they'll take, and then the other one comes back to you. Great fee structure, and then on top of that, it comes with high watermark. I mean, these are very rare structures you find. High watermark meaning by, let's say a fund made was started off at 1,000 and went up to 1,200, so they got commission. Next year it dropped down to 800. They will not get commission. The following year it comes up to 900. Guess what? They're not getting that commission until they come up to that 1200 mark. Whereas other fund could do continue to get wherever their performance goes down, but any year they go up, they'll take the commission. Here they won't. Why is this structure so good? Because what it does is it tells the fund managers that don't do anything stupid in short term to get a lot of commission for this year and then take the loss next year where you won't get any commission, but the following year you could do something stupid to capture a big one, but that can also hurt you, right? But you're still paying and they're making their commission. And the other one, they know that if they do something erratic or something stupid in finance, which is very easy to do, they may not get paid for a number of years. I mean, that $1,200 fund could go down to, let's say, 500 because of stupidity. It may not go up for 10 years. They'll not get paid. And you may continue to make money, although you have lost some money. So it's almost kind of fund managers getting penalized for it. So it's in their best interest to protect your money, whereas the other one, they don't care in the other common structure. So when you do this, all of a sudden I was like, you know what? Good. Let's move into a third one, why Peterson fund. Like I said, the entry point is very difficult in a lot of funds. And I think because he's starting up, it's there, it's small right now. It gives him that advantage to take in a smaller pool of money, because remember, when the fund continues to grow, the expenses grows, and it might not be wise to go for a smaller money compared to the bigger money, because time is limited. So this is giving us an opportunity to grow with the fund that's less than 10 years old right now, and then ride with it for another 20, 30 years. And someone like Matthew Peterson, who's pretty knowledgeable, experienced, humble guy, has a long-term vision. I think all three things are check, check, check. And that's why I committed with him and going with him. Now, the bonus going on with him is you get the whole network with working someone like him who loves to teach. I mean, this guy is just out there, wants to teach everybody. And as an investor, I think we become good partners with him where we could continue to learn and grow in his network. I think it's a great opportunity that many physicians don't get this thing. And, entry point with him, talk to him about what it is and work with him. Now, there is a little twist to it because there are two entry points. One is smaller, 250,000 entry point, and the other one is 2 million entry point. I'm going with less. Naturally, with less, there's more paperwork, more expense, less money to be made. So I will be paying a percentage of base fee, which will go away when I reach that mark. And Matthew was already telling me as the fund grows, he will actually go take away the minimum management fee and just bring up the minimum requirement and just continue with 0-5-25 structure and leave it to at that. So I think even in the short term, if I have to pay a fee, I'm not so concerned knowing the benefit I'm getting for now. But I think with time, it will get better. And my runway is long, so I will continue to look at a longer run. Now, I have scheduled a meeting with him, more like inviting him to say, you know what, why don't you come on some day, talk to us, and I'll invite all of my friends who are interested in, and it's open to all of you guys to come and join in for that hour session and bring up your questions or concern and listen to him more in detail what he has to say, and take that opportunity to ask him, and then you could connect him afterwards if you have more questions or about seeing things. But I think the best thing would be is, because time is limited on his hand, I think it may not be the best way to talk to individual from the baseline. So I thought it'll be great to give you the material first, learn about it, see what it is, come into the meeting, spend that hour, learn about it, and if you like it, I think he's willing to work with the physicians. We had a great discussion for a number of hours about what physician challenges are, what our incomes are, where we stand in terms of stigma with investments, because I know many physicians get basically ripped off, to say, by these financial advisors. They sell them products time after time that don't pan out good, and we're usually burned by that and hesitant to invest in. At the same time, one may feel, oh my God, this is a very high entry point, knowingly, because it's almost 1 year of salary to go in, so you kind of back up. But I would say don't do that. Talk to Matthew. I told him what the physician challenges are, what our income, what our saving, what our expenses, what our student loans are. And he also has a good idea, knowingly, that he has some partners already physicians, he has some friends who are physicians, he has family members who is a physician. So I think he's understanding it. He's willing to help us physician as well. So basically, take us under his wing and go with it. I think it's a long-term play, and one should be open to it. Even those who are in residency and fellowship, I think don't say that it's not for you and pass this opportunity. Don't. I think within a year or next 2 3 years, you will be at a point where you'll be making big money. And then you'll be looking for someone like Matthew, and believe me, it'll be hard to find. It took me over 15 years of continuously looking for someone who I could ride along with, and that today, after 15 years, I was able to find Matthew. So I think the guy wants to help us. So let's come out there, tell him who we are so he could help us even more. Join us. The meeting is scheduled for June 27th, Saturday at 7 p.m. Central Time, so it'll be 8 p.m. in New York time. I'll share the link with everybody, and if you don't happen to get one, or however you're getting the video, talk to that person or email me at smccmd@outlook.com, and I will make a note and I'll share the link with you as well, and you can watch it, and then you can connect with us afterwards if you like it. So again, thank you for your time. Looking forward to see you later. Bye.